Here we go again. Unknown to you, I've just been rambling on about the past 5 minutes to a phone which was not recording. So let us begin again. It is October 11th, Thursday, 2018. I'm John Nicholson. This is me. Yes, I'm here in San Francisco, California, and I'm just documenting my life, for whomever, whatever, however, if ever. So, by that, in that vein, I'm doing what I sometimes do, or oftentimes do, when I'm hungry, and it's look in trash cans, see if there's something there. And it is what it is. And I've been in San Francisco since July 3rd, to be exact. I believe that was a Friday. July 3rd, 2015. So it has been just over 3 years. 3 years, 3 months, and 15 days. No, 3 years, 3 months, 6 days. 8 days. Sorry. 3 months, 3 years, 8 days. So, so that's where I am. And shortly, I'm going to start a recap here. Some of it will be detailed, some of it will not. And I'm going to figure out a way to upload or put in some links, some other information from whoever, wherever, however, if ever, as I just stated, some accompanying information by way of videos and audio clips. So anyway, this is going to be like an introductory. I started this endeavor before, and make a long story short, it had some. I started this endeavor before. I don't know whether or not it was successful enough, because that wasn't important to me. I just wanted to get the information out there, regardless of how many people ever laid eyes on it or ear to it. I just wanted to get it out there. So I had some measure of success in that vein, getting it out there. However, I was not diligent with regard to being steady about it and keeping it out there. And this time around, Lord willing, that is exactly what I'm going to do. So, like I said, for me, this is going to be about my journey, my path in life, my walk, And for me, it took a decidedly not different direction, but a decidedly different tone after I arrived here in San Francisco. About 3 or 4 months after I arrived in San Francisco, I had a spiritual awakening, which I would define as a expansion of consciousness, together with a renewed perspective of the world in which you live and of yourself. Primarily, first of yourself, and then secondarily in the world in which you live. And for me, that truth is, I discovered after my awakening that the world in which I live is a world which is based on deception and lies. We've been lied to about everything. We've been lied to, and these lies and deceptions that this world is based on. And I call this, the system that employs the lies and deception, I call that the matrix. And the purpose of which is to make an attempt to deny, hide the existence of God and proof of his existence and the truth of God and who we are as a species. And this is my part trying to add to that endeavor, yeah, for those who may wish to consider the information I have to share. So I had my spiritual awakening, and like I said, my path, my course in life took a very different tone. In that I'm here walking through the mall area here. Let me see if I can see. That's San Francisco. Some of you clever computer people will be able to take this film and enhance it, so on and so forth, and figure out exactly where I'm standing. Yeah, what bench I'm on, this, that, yada, yada, and the other thing. So, you know. So anyway, I became aware of this world and the deceptions of it and the lies of it. And I just started investigating. This has been a process. It wasn't an overnight thing. I had my awakening, and I became interested in who I am as a person. And you know, I was on the internet around here and there, and one thing led to another. And I've always had certain feelings throughout my entire life. And one of the websites I came across was an IQ. An IQ test. I took it, and it was it was along the vein that my parents had always told me. And then another site I came across, the information I came across was indigo child adults. And I took the test for different characteristic traits of indigo's child adults, and I am definitely an indigo child adult. There can be no question of that. Can be no mistake. I think the test I took was 25 characteristics and/or traits or markers. And while some people in the population at large will have a few of those traits, indigos will have nearly all of them. So an indigo will probably tell you to be an indigo, out of these 25 characteristics, you would probably have to have a minimum of 23 out of 25. Anything less than 23 would not be considered indigo child adult. Most indigos have 25 out of 25 or 24 out of 25. Very few probably even have 23 out of 25, either 25 or 24. So at any rate, and then I found out that I'm here to teach and share, to look for truth, to discover truth, and to share truth. Now, it's truth for me. It will be information for anyone else, with which, if they choose to, they can consider it and do with it as they see fit. And I always say this to people, or to anyone I'm speaking about, when I'm talking in terms of speaking about myself, or whatever comes out of my mouth. I say, I don't want anyone to accept, anything I have to say that comes out of my mouth. Nor do I want them to discard it or not to accept it, or discount it. It's my hope that whatever I say, whatever information I say comes out of my mouth, that if someone so chooses to, if they so choose to, that they will consider the information I say. Look into it for themselves and make up their own mind. Use their own God-given free will to decide for themselves whether or not they believe it, or whether or not it's truth for them, or whether or whether or not they want to accept it, or keep it, or throw it away, discard it, So that's my hope. So any rate, so I was on these various websites. I'm going to cut this short right now. So I want to keep it under 10 minutes, and I will get back to you later. Until next time, Lord willing. Bye.